I hate when people eat my food.
Welcome to Grumble Goat. I'm Veronique Hurley. This is a show about all the small things that drive Matt insane. This week, it's my grumble. Let's grumble.
What gives you the audacity to think that you could eat the food that's on my plate? So many different scenarios come to mind where people have thought that it was okay to eat what was on my plate after I took the time to get the perfect amount of food that I wanted to put on my plate. And I don't care if it was a heaping pile on my plate or if it was just a little tiny cracker on my plate. Don't eat it. It's mine. I put it on my plate. In what manner land did someone teach you that that was an okay thing to do? Now, I come from a place where you make yourself a plate and that's your plate. And no one's going to eat off of your plate because that's the plate that you made. Now, if you want to offer, if you want to say, oh my goodness, this peach cobbler is delicious. Would you like to have some? That's different because I'm offering you what's on my plate. But that's never going to come out of my mouth. So what I will say is, oh my gosh, this peach cobbler is delicious. Did you get some? There is a sense of rage that goes deep, 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 deep inside of me when someone tries to eat off of my plate. Like, I think it's like deep seated into middle school of like just overhearing aunts and uncles say, oh, that's too much. Oh, are you going to eat all that? You know, all that like food shaming. But should I not eat all of what's on my plate? It was a buffet. I could have gotten everything that I wanted, and I did, and I put it on my plate, and I'm going to eat it. And when someone decides that they're going to eat some of the food off of my plate, well, okay, then now we got to talk about this. Do you ask to eat someone's food off of their plate? I would say yes, you should always ask because you should, number one, never even ask. You shouldn't even ask because it's not your plate. You should get yourself your own plate. But if you don't ask, you deserve a fork in your hand. Because that means that you have no self-restraint, you have no self-control, and you're trying to eat my food. Why don't you eat your food? What's wrong with your food that you got off of your plate that you need my food? I mean, let's do a deep dive in there of what the psyche is on the person that's trying to eat my food off of my plate. It's not your plate, it's my plate. I hate when people eat my food. Wait, no, I don't hate when people eat the food that I make for them. I hate when people eat my food off of my plate. And that's the grumble.
Grumble, grumble, grumble.
What?
Grumble, 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 grumble. What's got your goat?
For the latter half of the show, we'll bring in my lesser half, Matt, for a pretentious look and a segment we call
What's got your goat?
Hey.
Hey.
What's going on?
Welcome to Grumble Goat.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you inviting me into the studio today.
I got a couple questions for you.
Questions?
Yeah.
Wait, that's an odd way to start the show.
Yeah. I got questions for you.
Okay. I'm feeling fine. Thanks for asking.
Oh, you're welcome.
Oh, I jumped ahead. You asked the question first.
Okay, yes. All right. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Thank you. The seasons change is hard on my body.
Ooh, tell me about that.
I'm tired.
Oh, no.
It's just the sun is setting early and I'm just tired and it's hard to wake up in the morning. I've been working a lot, which makes comedy hard.
Yes, it's very hard to be funny when you're tired. Mm-hmm. Luckily, this is a morning grumble.
Well, to our morning.
This is a Matt and Veronique's morning grumble coming in at 1:40 in the afternoon.
Just a little bit after noon is still our groggy morning time.
We got our cups of coffee.
Yeah.
Okay, so the seasons are changing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
How come? I feel like we always say the seasons are changing when it's winter, when the season's getting worse. But like as spring develops, we don't say the seasons are changing. We're saying, finally, winter's over.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
Yeah. Seasons changing is specifically just about fall into winter.
It's only fall into winter that we're like, yes, it's changing.
Yeah.
You know, it's all gaslighting. It's all gaslighting is what it is.
Sure, it's
just
gaslighting.
like we don't want you to know the impending doom of depression.
Well, winter is the season of gaslighting. Because like, it gets dark early, so we turn on all the gas lights early.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
That was funny. Okay, let me command.
Okay, you're the commander.
Thank you.
Do you have a question too?
I have questions. Okay, so with the seasons changing.
Wait, you knew I was going to talk about the seasons for question one?
I am segueing.
Okay.
Okay, if I could be allowed
Okay.
to change the subject.
Okay.
Okay, the seasons are changing.
Correct.
People put on coats and
Sometimes.
hats.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They layer because
I like to layer. I prefer like putting on a flannel, hoodie, vest, rather than putting on a winter coat.
that's what I do too. I'm a layerer.
You are a layerer.
Oh, that's another grumble I could have. I'm a layerer, so I love packing on the puffs. Okay.
You're a layerer in multiple senses.
Yes.
Because you like to layer clothes.
Yes.
But you also like to slumber in your lair deep into the day.
I'm like a bear. Perfect. Okay. A bear spends a lot of time collecting food and eating on
Yeah.
its own.
Sure.
And then it hibernates in the winter time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like it goes to sleep. I often wonder how it goes to the bathroom, but I think everything turns off in a bear's body.
Okay.
Maybe they eat stones or something.
They eat twigs and pebbles and things to make sort of a blockage there. It's a self-imposed constipation.
It's a bear
It's
constipation.
a conscious constipation.
There we go. It's a conscious. How can we bring bear in there? A brutal.
Brutal?
No, I just bear brutal. I mean,
They're going to bed. This isn't
Eat
the
too
brutal
brute.
time. Okay.
Okay, eating. Now, it's a time where not just bears need to fill their tummies, right? It's a time where people also feed their tummies.
People do feed their tummies.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is all the holidays get jammed together so that we can eat all the greasy, delicious food.
And with all these different holiday parties and gatherings, there's going to be a lot of food there that people are going to eat.
Yeah.
Now, have you ever experienced someone that wants to eat the food off of your plate?
Eat the food off of my plate?
Yes.
I mean, French fries is the common.
French fries, a side dish. Like they want something from your plate, so they say, "Can I have a French fry?"
What?
Is that the interaction that
Well,
happens?
with French fries, I mean, this is a classic scene from the classic film Men at Work,
Okay.
where they're at a diner and he goes to eat a French fry and the manager grabs his hand.
Yeah.
And he like threatens him. You don't take a man's fries.
Just like you wouldn't take food from a bear. Right?
Did
You
you-
wouldn't take food from
Did
a
you
bear.
assault somebody?
No, but I'm just saying this guy has the right idea. You don't
Okay.
take someone's food off their plate, especially without asking.
Okay, so are you the grizzly bear in this case? Okay,
obviously.
yeah, and you're defending
Definitely
your
a bear.
food. Okay,
How do you feel about that?
how do I feel about people taking? Okay, well,
Or are you the person that likes to take the food off of someone else's plate?
I feel like you're trying to turn this on me now.
I don't know. I'm just asking a question.
Okay, well, often you'll invite me to try something off your plate.
Do I?
I don't know.
I don't
I
think
feel
so.
like at a restaurant when you order something, you'll be like, try this.
Oh, if I taste it and I say, "Oh, this is really good. Would you like to have some?"
Right, normal human interaction at a restaurant.
Yeah. I mean,
My mom will take food off my plate.
Okay.
No, my mom forces me to take food off her plate. My mom
Yes,
will like force
she
me.
does.
She like makes a section of her plate
Yep.
for Matt. Like
Yep.
I'm carving this and I'm going to push it to this
Yeah.
quadrant of my
Yeah.
plate, and that's Matt's side of my
yeah.
plate.
She says, just in case Matt doesn't eat enough of his own food on his plate, he's going to have half of my
She's
plate.
I couldn't possibly eat all this.
possibly.
Matt, why don't you take some of this? And that's Matt's section.
That's probably how this all started. But that brings me to a different point. When is it okay? I wrote a list.
Oh, you have? Okay.
When is it allowed to take food off of people's plates?
Oh my God.
Hold on,
What-
I got the list. I think I got a dinner party.
Oh, I'm not allowed to. Okay,
No.
this is just your list.
Yeah, this is my
Okay, a dinner party. Wait, this is when you are allowed.
No, when is it allowed to eat other people's food on their plates?
So this is when it is allowed.
I'm asking, when is it?
Okay, and your answer is a dinner party?
I have a series of these.
Oh, I have to say yes or no.
Yes.
Okay, you have
Yes.
examples.
Welcome to the game.
You didn't quite lay out the rules. You just dove into it.
I'm just.
Okay.
I just asked the question.
Okay, is it like Z? None of the above. Is that your final answer? Okay, let's go.
Don't jump the joke, okay?
Okay. This is when is it appropriate to eat off somebody's plate? Okay.
Yes. Thank you. Dinner party.
How formal is this dinner party? You know what? Let's just say no.
No. New Year's Eve.
Oh, well, New Year's Eve can be celebrated a bunch of different ways. No.
No. When you're feeding an elephant.
Off of your plate?
Yes.
Wait, is it appropriate from the elephant's perspective or from another human?
I'm asking you.
I don't think that's the appropriate way to feed it. Okay.
No. Okay. Afternoon stroll. And you brought a snack.
Planned a whole bachelorette party around this.
No, I wish I did that. It'd be really funny.
How well do you know Grumble Goat?
Right.
I'm going to say if you're on a walk, no.
Right. Thank you. Because you brought a snack for yourself. You didn't bring a snack for other people.
Did you? Wait.
You had the foresight when you said, I'm going to go on a walk and I may get a little hungry.
You have one of those Nature's Valleys
That's
or whatever that
right.
has 2 bars in it, and you're not going to offer it to your friend?
No, because that's my snack.
What's the next thing on the
Okay,
list? Though?
thank you. School field trip.
These are dark days in Veronique's past.
That's right. Don't eat my food.
Okay. On a school field trip. You also brought a granola bar, or like we're stopping for lunch and everybody had a brown bag?
You had a bagged lunch.
Okay.
Your mom made you a bagged lunch.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay.
You have an apple in there. You got
yeah.
a PB&J. You may get a bag of chips.
I think we're on the barter system now.
Now, are you bartering or is someone trying to eat your apple?
If somebody's mom didn't pack them a sandwich, I think I'm going to share the apple with them.
Okay, no, see, now you're projecting. You don't know what was in other people's lunchboxes.
What's the next example?
That's different. No, man, no.
No.
Okay, the last and final one
Okay.
is the most dangerous one.
Oh.
A buffet. Now, family style buffet, I think, is the most dangerous time for when people want to eat off of other people's plates.
Now, everybody has access to the same food.
That's what I'm saying. Why wouldn't you make your own plate? You can put as much stuff on that as you want.
Well, it's because there's a requirement in social etiquette that requires people to sit down with less than they want and be like, oh, I can't eat as much as you can. Oh, I didn't even see those. Let me have one of those. You have to play the game.
No, the game is awful. I hate that game because that's where I really feel like this stems from.
Yeah.
Is that, oh, I don't want to be seen with a stack of food on my plate, even though they set up 8 buffets for us when I want to eat all of the food. But how dare you put it all on your plate?
Yeah.
And if you do, how dare you not share your plate? Are you crazy? You can go to the buffet, you can get your food, and you can pile it on high and deep, and then you eat it.
I don't know if I'm as protective over my food as you are.
I don't know
If somebody
why
says,
you
"Oh, I
aren't."
didn't see those Brussels sprouts. Can I try one?" I'd be like, "Oh, yeah. They were on the end. But here, try this."
No, you say,
"Great, get in there."
Yeah, you say, oh, they're really great. They're over there. They're over there at that buffet.
over there.
They're going to replace them in about 5 minutes.
It's 20 yards that way.
I'll get you your Brussels sprouts if you don't touch the food on my
They're
plate.
just the empty dish that I left is over there, but you have to wait a minute because I took all of them. I piled all of the food on my plate. It's not for anybody else.
Yeah, so, I mean, we're in the season of sharing right now. It's the season of giving.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not giving you my food on my plate.
Right.
I feel like that is a boundary. It's a boundary I have.
Okay.
How do you feel about your boundaries of food?
That was a long journey.
Yeah, we got there.
My boundaries with food. I don't mind sharing any food. I don't mind. If somebody says, "Hey, can I try it?" Yeah, please dive in here. You know, if I see something that I didn't see on somebody else's plate, I'll be like, "Oh, I didn't see those carrots. Are those glazed carrots?"
Yeah.
That looks delicious. Can I have one?
No, see, I don't think you ask. I think you stab. I think you're a stabber on the food. You're like, ooh, carrots.
When it comes to your food, I have no respect for your boundaries.
I know. I hate it. I hate it so much. Two of my very good friends know how territorial I am about my food. And one of them likes to eat the food that I have in front of me. And they see the glaze that goes over my face when they ask. And they're like, never mind.
One of them still has a fork prong stuck in their hand from when you stabbed them.
They should have a stab. They shouldn't be able to lift their hand from the table. The fork should go right through it. How dare you?
Yeah.
I'm not saying, like, yes, of course, if there is a food shortage, of course we share, right? Of course we give out enough for everybody.
If that's the case and somebody wants a morsel off of your plate,
No.
it's the season of giving.
No, not my plate. There's all plates over there. and they can get their food on their plate. Plenty.
But I'm one of the people that doesn't load up their plate.
I'm sorry. Then you can get a second plate and you can put yourself through that. Okay.
Here's the problem with your style of buffet.
Okay.
You want this heaped plate. You want this cone head style plate. And so you take a little bit of everything and you jam it together. And basically you've just made yourself a stew.
Oh, yeah. I like a messy.
A Christmas stew.
Messy. So the reason why you got to get all the food on the plate is because you don't know how much people are going to take. So you got to get a little bit of everything.
So it's nonsense.
I don't want you to take food on
food
my
shortage,
plate.
Make sure everybody gets some. No, you're like, there's not enough potatoes out here. I'm taking a quarter of these mashed potatoes.
I'm going to say I'm going to get my share of potatoes. So I eat as much potatoes as I want.
Okay. So you got your share, so you don't have to worry about anybody else getting theirs.
That's right. So don't eat my food.
You remember Thanksgiving?
This Thanksgiving.
This past Friendsgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah, you made yourself a heaping plate.
I did.
Yeah, and then you couldn't eat it because you were so excited to host all your friends.
I was so excited.
And so you set it aside.
I did.
But you set it aside in the kitchen where everybody else put their dirty dishes.
Well, actually, I put it away from the dirty dishes, but it got mistook as a dirty dish.
Right. Was it in the room where all the dirty dishes were?
It was technically in the room where all the dirty dishes were, but it wasn't with the dirty dishes. And then it was set aside.
If I recall, you were practically in tears.
I was really sad.
Because you couldn't eat a heaping plate of food.
I know. I love it. I know. I was so sad.
Not even that it got thrown away. You were sad that you couldn't, in the moment when you made that plate, shove that whole plate in your mouth.
I love food. I love food and I love eating.
Because I was hosting it. I was having fun.
Yeah.
I just couldn't bring myself to
I know. It was a sad day. It was so sad. It was so sad. I had to get a second Thanksgiving. And I did. I got a second Thanksgiving where I wasn't hosting.
Good.
And I ate all the food and it was great. I ate everything on my plate. Yeah, I made multiple plates that day.
And the chorus of the evening was, I thought there were mashed potatoes. Did anybody see mashed potatoes?
Yo, those mashed potatoes go fast.
I can't get behind this Grumble because what? In my mind, food is meant to be shared with everybody.
Gosh.
It's the great coming together. Like when we come together to eat, that's a celebration.
It's a celebration, sure.
You're not supposed to be like Gollum hoarding in the corner. My plate. My plate.
I am Gollum in the corner eating my plate of food because everything is shared. So I took my share and I'm going to eat it.
I hoarded my little corner of this buffet.
Yeah.
This has been a bonus episode of Grumble Goat.
Thanks for listening.
I'm Veronique Hurley.
I'm Matt Labodka. Please subscribe.
You hate when people say, please subscribe.
Grumble, grumble, grumble.
Wait, is it appropriate from the elephant's perspective?
Thanks for listening. And while I have your attention, if you've been enjoying the show, don't forget to leave a review and don't forget to Grumble Goat responsibly and share with a friend.